Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. It is Wednesday, June 7th, and today I am calling all techies. So come here, let's huddle up, let's talk. What is it that's getting in the way of your getting the support and buy in you need? There's a lot of factors. One of them is the ability to convince leadership and important stakeholders of what you know to be true, what you need, what has to happen. That is a public speaking skill. That is contrary to belief, it is not something that people are born with. It is a learned skill. Now, here's the thing. If you want to get good at public speaking, there's two ways to get there, and they're both perfectly valid. One of them's harder, one of them costs money. So let's talk about both of those. There is something called the SMEE syndrome. Now, SMEE is subject matter expert, SMEE. Okay. SMEE syndrome means that you know your shit. You do. You know it cold. But because you know it in such detail, because you have such depth of knowledge, that means that it is that much harder for you to get an outside perspective and see what things could be pulled out to really talk to this person who doesn't understand your perspective and doesn't see your point of view. Now, there's ways to do that. And that one of the paths to that, one of the ways to do that is to use instructional design. Now, you can learn public speaking and instructional design on your own, or you can get help from people who do it for a living. So, what does it mean to learn instructional design? It means taking the skills you already have. All right. You already are able to break down things to their core. You're already able to analyze. You're already able to figure out structure. But instructional design is where you're looking at the whole and then identifying the audience and the goals and pulling out those bits and putting them in the order that it needs to be in order for that audience with that goal to understand this content. That's the art of instructional design. And there's a whole lot of material about it. Public speaking, you are probably better at it than you think. And if you're already doing it, fantastic. That's wonderful. The problem with public speaking is there are a lot of tools that we are not trained to use. We're not trained to bring our voice up and down and louder and softer. We're not trained to lean in. We're not trained to make eye contact with the camera. We're not trained to use the entire space that we have to get across the message. That is also something you can learn on your own. So, what are the two paths? One is we've got the internet. You can search on instructional design and public speaking and how to do it, and you can learn these skills. And you can learn them on your own by pulling in, you pull in other people to help you practice, but you can find that path. To do that and to get to a level where you're able to really affect change and transform your performance to the part where you can walk into any room at any level and get across your message in exactly the way you intend, I'd say it'd take you about a year. It could take you 6 months if you're pushing. And by all means, if that's where you're headed, go for it. If the idea of taking that much time is not viable, then you're going to need to hire somebody. Now, obviously, I do this for a living. This is what I do with folks. I help them take their content, work with tech folks to create a course or adapt it to get the audience to be more receptive. I also help people who need to do public speaking use all the tools at their disposal to get their message. Obviously, you don't have to hire me, but if you don't want to do that path, you're going to need to find somebody. So please understand that what you want is totally attainable, but there's very specific skill sets involved. Okay. And it's actually a hell of a lot of fun if you do it. If you get to the part where you're doing it and it's natural, it's actually a blast. You never get to the part where you're not nervous. At least I don't believe in that because I want that battery, but you get to the part where you're like, "Yeah, I can do this." If you wanna get there, hire somebody or get a group together, get a cohort and make that path and go on that journey and do that intense 6 months and get there. You can do this. That's it. That's the message for today. I'm gonna throw up a link that is my discovery call. Whoops, let's do that show again. There we are. So if you go on Bitly and you do Rourke_discovery, you can hop on a discovery call with me and we can talk about what your goals are and how you want to achieve them. Again, there's two paths. One of them costs money, one of them doesn't. One of them will take you 6 months to a year, one of them will get you there a hell of a lot faster. It's up to you. I really, really want you to know no matter which way you go, no matter who you work with, you've got this. You can do this. It's a learned skill set and it is not beyond you, not even close. All right. That's it. Talk to you later.